How's she going tonight, folks? It's hot in the shop tonight. It's real humid. Another day. We had like 15 minutes of sunshine today. Pretty epic. We've had, I think they said on the news it was 5 or 6 days in the month of June that the sun was out. The rest of it was rain. And I think it is going to rain later, so it might be still like 5 days. So there it is. I hope everybody's doing really good. I'm doing okay. A little hot. Like I said, it's stuffy out in the shop. I don't have any help tonight. The dogs, they just don't want to be out here, I guess. They're in by the air conditioning and the fans, and even the cat won't come out with me tonight. So I'm all alone, sorta. I got the tele out, so I wanted to show you guys this. This is my baby. This is a Relic tele, like heavy Relic. It was brand new. It was a Squire when I bought it. I paid 50 bucks off it from a guy down the street that was moving. It didn't even have a ding in it. But I wanted to try doing some Relic work, and you know, if you're gonna try this stuff, do it on a cheap guitar. Don't do it on a American one or something. I wouldn't pay like Gibson for a Relic guitar or Fender. No way. I mean, they're upcharging people to do this to it. I could show you guys how to do it. It ain't that tough. And actually, my son is a fine artist. He does oil paintings and things like that. I had him do did all the checking on a guitar for me, all done by hand. He copied my old Gibson LGO, it's almost reptilian. There's so much spider cracks in the finish. He did it all with a razor blade and whatever else he used. I mean, as good as you will ever get. It looks like real checking. It's all how you draw the line. I mean, Gibson lacquer checks in a certain way, and it has to do with the bodies too. Sometimes they'll check this way. Most Les Pauls and the acoustics will do that. My Gibson U2, which is a Super Strat, is checked lengthways. Fenders kind of do that too sometimes, but it all depends on the conditions and how it was taken care of or not taken care of, because that's usually what makes them check. Although the lacquer that Gibson used, eventually it's gonna spider check. It's gonna do it. I don't know what they use now, but I know on the older stuff, there's no getting away from it. You're gonna get it. But anyway, let's throw this one on the bench. We'll show you some of the Relic work, and I also got a cool mod trick I'm going to show you that I came up with on my own, and we'll get right into it. Alright, I wish you guys was here. You could lift this guitar up and put it on the bench for me, but that's okay. Hang on. Okay, we're on the old bench here. Like I said, this was a Squire, Affinity or whatever. You can tell because they're not as thick as a USA tele. They're thinner. A little lighter probably too. I don't know what the wood is, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, a guy down the road was moving, and I bought a small PA system from him, and I bought this guitar. I paid $50 for the guitar with a gig bag and everything. It was flawless, not a scratch on it, until I got a hold of it. But yeah, I wanted to try Relic in a guitar, and just kind of as a, just to see if I could do it and make it look authentic, and also just to have a beater, you know. It's nice to have a guitar that's you consider a beater. You don't care if if you get a ding on it or something. I got a couple beaters, and I keep them down in the shop. Usually they're my shop guitars that you're not too worried about them. I try to take care of them anyway, but I mean, if something happens, it happens. So this guitar actually fell on a cement floor, and it was going like this. You know, like when you spin a quarter, and it's spinning, and then right down to the end, it starts to do this oscillating thing. That's what this guitar was doing. I am not kidding. My neighbor was visiting me that night. I picked it up off the floor and strummed a chord, and it was right in tune. I cannot believe that didn't break that. If that would have been a Gibson, that would have broke the headstock and who knows what. You got to hand it to these Fenders. They are a tough, well-built instrument, especially these guys. Strats, too. I mean, you just don't see a lot of broken headstocks on these. But anyways, I'm going to show you see if we can get it on some of the check-in. It's got some check-in. It's got lots of just dings, and I have played this guitar a ton too. This isn't all just Relic work. Okay. This guitar is amazing. It's got an old flat pole pickup like the early ones had in it. And it's a cheap guitar, but man, oh man, there's something magic about this one. I've played some other Affinity teles that they weren't the same. I got lucky with this one. This is a keeper. So, there's some honest wear on this too, but there is a lot of stuff that I did, like that's done by hand. I mean, I did uncover this pickup too. That's the original lipstick, but I took the cover off. It was muddy and thick, and I was going to change it, and I was like, I'll pull the cover off at first and see what that does. That was a big improvement. It really has some nice clarity to it now. So there's one little trick, guys. It's easy to do too. You can pop that off and throw it in the case, and you still got it. But this guitar really sounds killer. I mean, I play this. I play gigs with this. You name it. Now the fretboard is basically, it's mostly playwear. I mean, I scuffed some of the shiny off it when I first got it, and that was it. It has lots of wear, lots of fret life left too, though. I modded this. This is a water slide, of course. You guys can say mean things to me if you want. I don't care, but I'm not selling it like this. I never would anyway, so I just wanted to see what it would look like. Okay, so, and not to mention, they're paying the Chinese factories to do this now and licensing Chinese factories to do this. At least this one was made in America. I mean, modded in America, I should say. All right, let's get right into this. Now, this may look a little crude, but it looks good on a Relic guitar because that's what you want. This is the original string tree spun 90 degrees, so it would have held these two strings by this and this. I spun it sideways and took a piece of brass wire and soldered it in. I bent that ear out, put the brass in there, and soldered it in there and made a 3 tree. Because the G string is the one that needs it really the most anyways, in my opinion. That was a game changer. So you can take a regular string tree and do this. Yeah, that looks crude, but that's what I was going for. Now, I used brass and soldered it. You could use a piece of stainless, like TIG wire, Weldon wire, something that's got to be rigid, you know. And if you use like stainless TIG wire, you'd have to probably super glue it in there. Or if you're a TIG welder and you can weld that thin stuff, go for it. But super glue would do the same thing. It's a cheap mod, and it's a great mod. It's one of the best mods I did to this guitar. It stays in tune. Like I said, this thing bounced off the cement floor. I really didn't want it on video, but you guys wouldn't believe what that looked like. And when I picked that thing up, it was right spot on in tune. I could not believe it. But anyways, that's a good trick, guys. You can do that. I mean, I can make them look a lot better than that, too. This was just what I was shooting for with this one. So, now, here's the back. Again, it's got some checking on it. It's got wear, buckle rash, all that stuff. I'll tell you a little trick, guys, if you want to do some relic work. If you make a spot, let's say you make a spot like this, right? And it's going to be light and bright because it's brand new wood under there, you know what I mean? Like this. Now, what I did is take some ashes, like from an ashtray. You know, I know this sounds kind of odd, but you take some ashes from an ashtray, and you rub your finger in the ashtray, and then you rub them on there, and that gives it the dirt look. You can do it on here too. I could relic a fretboard doing the same thing. You take a little sandpaper, you sand through the finish here and there, wherever you want it, and you take some ashes and you rub your fingers on it. I've tried a lot of different stuff like dirt, magic markers, stains. The ashes work the best. I mean, that looks like real dirt and 50 years of playing, you know. So don't pay somebody for a relic guitar. I mean, come on, guys, don't do it. I don't do the back of the necks though. That's got to be nice. I'm a stickler on that one. It's got to be nice. I did put some Fender tuners on it, some new old stock ones I had kicking around. Other than that, I haven't changed anything. The original pickups, even the pots are still original, and they work good. The switch, I look at it, you know, when these go, I'm just going to replace it with a CTS or something good anyway. So until then, they work. So I'm leaving them. You know, it does what it's supposed to. It really does. Now, I've owned a lot of Telecasters. I own quite a few Telecasters right now. I'll show you those sometime too. I've got some that have modded with Seymour Duncans and all, you know, all kinds of different combinations. This is the one I always gravitate to and pick up. It just is something magic about this guitar. And the neck profile that's probably the best feeling neck profile for my little hands that I've come across, and that's another reason why I gravitate towards this one a lot. So, well, we ain't doing a lot. I just taking a break. I've been cleaning again. I know it don't look like it, but I did get up on the top shelf and clean some stuff up there, and I've been working on this neck for this True Tone too. I got the fret wires in. I'm going to put these last ones in before I put it in the guitar, but I'm going to do some more I got to level and crown these, clean up some CA glue, and just little stuff, but it's getting there. I should have that one going next week, I think. Pretty excited to play this. I want to pull that pickup off there too sometime. I just want to see if there's any writing on the bottom of it, or who made it, and that sort of thing, you know. I was digging around up in my shelf. I forgot about these. These right here are vintage custom amplifier Newell stock knobs. They went on pedals and custom amps with a K. I got 2,000 of these knobs in this pail. I couldn't even fit them all in the pail. I had to tape the cover on, and I think I got some more. I've given some to some people, and I don't know what, well, you know, for building pedals, I will never have to buy knobs, and they'll fit on guitars too. They're all the same color, but it is what it is. And then they're a good feeling knob. Actually, they have like a little slot. See that on the sides? And there's your pointer. They kind of feel good under your hand to grab. You know, it gives you some reference about where you are on your sweep. You know, on your pot. But yeah, that's a lot of money, though, for knobs. Like I said, you know, knobs used to be cheap. Now it's, you know, for a set of Les Paul knobs, not that I'd put those on a Les Paul, but even pedal knobs, you know, $3 a piece. So I paid, I think it was $40 with shipping for all those. I bought those on eBay. The guy had another listing. He had 2,000 more of them too, and he did say he'd give me a deal on them. And I was like, no, I'm heavy with knobs now. So, but I use them on pedals and stuff. Saves me a lot of money from buying them, that's for sure. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's about it for tonight. I think we're gonna wrap her up, and I'm gonna do some more cleaning, and I might do a little more fret work on that old True Tone. My hands are sore though tonight. That is hard on your hands. A lot of hand filing. I know a lot of luthiers get tendonitis and that sort of thing. I understand. When I'm working on guitars all the time and doing that hand work, it's tough to play a guitar. You know, when you take a break, I usually sit down and take a break and play a guitar and just get away from work for a minute, but I don't know. My old hands, they're getting worse for the wear, I guess. All right, guys, we'll do some cool stuff. Hope you guys are going to do something fun on the 4th. I don't know what I'm going to do. It looks like we might get some rain, believe that or not, but so I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to put a jam together eventually. I've been talking to some of my friends about playing some music, and I'd like to really shoot some video of it. I figure I could probably do a stream too. I don't know how to do that, but we'll see. If it materializes, I'll definitely cut you guys in on it. I'll shoot some videos or whatever I can do anyway. All right, take good care. We'll see you soon. Okie doke.